Hey guys, it's Hote. Got another deck for you. This one's a little different, kind of inspired by two different deck ideas. Beerus is going to be the lead. This is basically kind of like a stall deck. You want to stall at a certain point, and then either push for game or wait until you get that 12 cost Whis, which, yes, I know most people think it's impossible to summon, but trust me, it's okay. You can actually summon it in a lot of decks, especially if you're going up against Vegeta, because they usually just keep it at 5 and wait till they can go for game anyways. There's ways to get around that, but anyways, this is blue and yellow together. Probably my two favorite colors in the game at the moment, but anyways, let's get started with the one cost. Starting off with 4 Boo, pretty standard for blue, so something you can just toss in any deck. Next is 4 King Kai. I know not a lot of people like to play blockers for some reason now. For this deck specifically, it is a stall deck, so this will save you from game in a lot of places. And with Vegeta apparently being like the top deck right now, this will stop those criticals, because if you do take damage, you will want it in hand. So next is the Bulma that searches for the Whis, basically just the deck thin, and then the Whis gives you the extra mana. It's a blue deck, so. Alright, and for yellows, we have 4 Sorbet. So that's 4 of another blocker. You're going to be blocking as much as possible with this, stalling as much as possible. You want to wait until you get a... Like what Vegeta does, they try and keep the opponent at 5 life if you're not playing against another Vegeta, obviously. And just try and spam the battle cards until you can go for game. So with this, it can work the same way, or you can just keep on stalling until you get the Whis, but it'll make more sense as we go on. Okay, so that's it for the battle cards. Now we got the 4 of the Whis attack stopper, which is really, really good. If you can play it, play 4. And last of the one cost is 4 Crusher Ball. Thinking about cutting it down to 3. I still need to do some testing, but it works either way, so it's really good. This card can pretty much save you games for sure, and it is amazing to combo with the 4 cost Mecha Frieza, which is another really good card. Alright, starting with the 2s. For Boost Attack Piccolo, you know what it does, it's the 10k thing that goes with your leader color, so everyone should be playing 4 of their color thing for that right now. Alright, next is for Objection. I have been taking this out a lot of decks recently, but for stall decks and blue decks, that's where it counts. That's its best used. And especially for stall decks with Whis, you definitely want to play 4 then. Okay. Now 3 costs. Getting into the 4s. 3 Whis to match with the 3 Bulmas. Don't want to go too heavy on them. And I need space for the deck. Because there are some other cards I wanted to play in this build, but I ran out of space. So 3 of the Energy Boost Beerus. This is a card I'd like to play 4 of, but I honestly just don't have the room. And it still works, so let's see what happens. Alright, this one I'm definitely playing 4 of. 4 of the 4 cost Mega Frieza. This card's probably the best 4 cost card in the game at the moment. At first I was saying it was this card, but now I am reconsidering, because this card is freaking amazing. So, in most cases, since it's a stall deck, you would just use that thing to KO the 2 rested cards, which you could get rid of blockers or the really big guys. If you get rid of blockers if you want to go for game with this deck, which you can, you just stall out and build a field like you would with how Vegeta did. Or you can just get rid of their big guys with this after you Crusher Ball. There's plenty of ways to work around it, but it works. Okay. 5 costs, we got 2 Vegeta Prince of Speed. I know there's no Vegetas in there, but it's pretty much just for the draws, which in this specific build for a stall deck is worth it. And if you want to go for it, like I said, this deck can go for game too, so you have your double strike. last 5 is 1 teched in result of training. Since I'm not running Vegeta, then a lot of decks are playing one of these or a couple of these now just to counteract it. So I think just one's okay. Honestly, I'm thinking about just taking one of this in almost every blue deck now, just in case. Never know. Alright, for 6, I got 3 of the full power Frieza. This is the card that infinitely blocks if you can't destroy it. So it's really good. If you have the chance to play it, I usually go for it, because if they can't KO it, then, you know, that's it. Infinite block. It's really good. Alright, it's 1/7, it's a Beerus. It's like the best card in the game, so why not? And the last 2 are the 12 cost Whis. And if you can get it out, that's pretty much a game. I think the only way to stop this would be to use a Crusher Ball on it. That basically just buys them a turn. But remember, its effect doesn't get stopped, so since Beerus is the lead, you'd still get that extra turn next turn, which would pretty much guarantee you doing at least 4 damage to your opponent the next turn. So if you can do a decent amount of damage before you play this, I'd try, like the Vegeta deck, I would try not to let your opponent awaken until you have to, and then you can go for game with that. So there's multiple ways to play this, but this is mainly what you want to go for. So, that is it, and I will see you guys next time.